Yeah, nobody likes paying rent. But if you must, you might as well get something for it. That's where Built comes in. Built is changing the game by turning your rent payment into real rewards you can actually use. When you pay rent through Built, you earn flexible points that can be redeemed toward hundreds of hotels and airlines, a future rent payment, your next Lyft ride, and more. But Built isn't just about rent. It's about rewarding you and your entire neighborhood. Built has made everyday life feels more rewarding, from your neighborhood to your travel plans. Turn your rent into rewards and start earning points around your neighborhood by going to joinbuilt.com/lockedonnfl. That's joinbilt.com/lockedonnfl. Make sure to use that link so that they know that we sent you. With that, we bring in Aditi.
Aditi, we just talked to Mary Kay, and Mary Kay just broke some news. She said,
ooh,
she broke a little news. I was expecting her to be like, this is Kevin's offense, but she believes that Tommy Rees is going to have a lot of say of what goes on with the offense. What is your take on his role, and do you think he'll have the level of autonomy that we'll actually see it on the football field?
You're asking me to speculate in every way. We haven't had any of our conversations yet this week, so I can't answer with authority, but I would imagine that if Kevin is actually doing this, then yes, he's not just doing it in a performative move in any way. I mean, Browns owner Jimmy Haslam did just tell The Athletic a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that he was giving Kevin a vote of approval, essentially. So why do this unless you want to see real change, is what I would guess or say. I'll tell you, it's a conversation I had with another coach on another AFC team about the Bengals defense and making changes. And if you're just having another defensive play caller, you're not making any significant changes. So therefore, do you want to actually change some of what you're doing as opposed to doing the same thing and having it continue to not work?
Do you, when you heard the news, do you think, just based on your opinion, do you think this could offer a spark to the offense, and do you think this could be a potentially good move to have maybe a different voice, just calling the plays?
Don't you think something has to? Like at this point, don't you need to try something? Nothing up until this point has worked, and so why not? What do you have to lose by trying something else? Especially, and this is not, with all due respect, this is not handing the reins of the offense over to someone who is not necessarily tremendous in carrying the room. This is not like last year with Ken Dorsey. This is different. Tommy Rees obviously has as phenomenal of a reputation as one can have. He is a tremendous offensive mind. Everyone from Nick Saban to Mike Vrabel, who tried to hire him, will tell you that. So let's see what happens.
When you look at the trade deadline, do you think there is a move that could be made that could spark this team to win more games? Or do you think it's at this point it's because they're so hard to trade and they don't want to give up any assets, it's best that they just continue to work through the draft?
You tell me. Do you think that this team is one player away?
I think that they could get one good piece now and then continue to build in the draft.
But the point of getting that one piece now and giving up any assets, what?
I did answer the question.
Oh,
You kind of tap dance.
you answered the question like Andrew Berry would answer the question.
Well, I mean, you know.
By not answering the question.
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, what is the end? Like, to what end? So you give up some draft capital to get one piece that's going to get you what? A couple more wins? This Browns team is not one piece away from contending. The offense has been far worse than, admittedly, I expected. I thought the defense would be lights out in training camp. It, by and large, has been. The offense has just not even remotely approached what I thought it would. And clearly, very obviously, that was not about Joe Flacco. You've certainly seen what Joe Flacco has been able to do when he has a line that can protect, when he's got pass catchers that go and attack the ball and actually catch the ball and make game-breaking plays, and when he's got a run game that's operating. You see what the man can do. So it clearly wasn't about Joe Flacco. There's a lot more issues with this Browns offense.
You know, it's funny that you bring up the Browns offense. I remember talking to you last year about, remember we were talking about the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, and he was off to that great start, and you was like, you talked to Drew, and he was like, well, we just running with the Browns run. Well, it's funny. It's funny. Fast forward a year from now, I just seen Marvin Harrison Sr. say that the offense is unwatchable. He can't stand it. So how does that go with the Browns? Do you think that this offense is just not? It lost some juice.
Yeah, but did you watch last night? And do you see how Jacoby Brissett is so much better at running Drew Petzing's offense or Kevin Stefanski's offense than maybe Kyler Murray is? And you think, wait, hold on, Tyvis. You think Marvin Harrison Sr. is saying the same exact thing this morning?
Probably not. I mean, his son and one mixtape somebody. Go Bucks, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe it's about square peg, round hole. Maybe it's about who's operating the offense in some degree and not necessarily about the offense.
Are you insinuating that they should move on from Kyler Murray?
Oh my goodness! I have the Cardinals in a few weeks, so I don't know that we should be saying anything. All I'm saying right now, this is like I can't say anything without getting in trouble. All I'm saying is that Jacoby Brissett seems better suited to running what Drew Petzing is running, or wanting to run, than perhaps Kyler is. You know, I'll tell you, there was a jarring stat. Often it's funny because again, like Flacco said this to me a week ago. It's not that hard. Get the ball to number 1 and get the ball to number 5. Get the ball to your playmakers. So go to the Cardinals. I saw this unbelievable stat this morning. Trey McBride, who is one of my favorite tight ends in the league, who I think is phenomenal in every way, whose production is out of this world, but for some reason doesn't have touchdown numbers. In 3 seasons with Kyler Murray, Trey McBride was thrown 5 touchdowns. 3 seasons, Kyler Murray has found him for 5 touchdowns, despite the guy being a 1,000-yard receiver, running every route on the route tree, all of that, blocking in the run game, doing everything you want out of a tight end. In 3 games, Jacoby Brissett has found Trey McBride in the end zone 4 times. In 3 years, Kyler Murray has found Trey McBride 5 times. In 3 games, Jacoby has found his playmaker, his playmaking, game-breaking, reliable, dependable tight end 3 times in the end zone. 4 times, whatever. 4 times in the end zone. 4 times. So, again, get the ball to your playmakers. And then maybe Marvin Harrison Sr. isn't complaining about the offense being unwatchable.
Aditi, that's not fair.
Not that complicated.
That's not fair. Battlefield 6 just came out and Call of Duty come out later. You can't blame Kyler for, you can't. It's game and lives matter. You know what I'm saying?
Nasty work.
What? It did. They just dropped Battle Royale on Battlefield 6 too. That boy locked in.
By the way, are your children big video game players?
It's very interesting, G, that you say this because I was at an airport and I met the guy who is the developer or owner or something of Fortnite. And I said, well, my son is 10 and he plays Madden and he plays college football, whatever. And we were talking about whether he would want a free code to Fortnite. And I said, I think he's a little bit young for that. And that's because the only video games that we play in our house are Madden, college football, FIFA, some Wii, Mario Kart. That's it.
So you
10 and 6.
You got to lock down.
We're not
Dustin.
doing.
Just keep your kid away from Roblox.
That's going to cost you.
No. They're both playing Roblox.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to cost you.
Why is that bad, though, Dustin?
There's a lot of things inside that game that you don't know about. That it's just it's a bad game made by bad people, but you can look it up on your own.
Oh man, Dustin, just making parenting more and more complicated. I think that they're building pretty little houses and we're okay.
She's a mother. Man. You can't say that to a mother. You see her eyes. It went to her soul. She was like, "Hold on now. Have I not scrubbed this game enough? This is crazy.
It's about to get taken off now."
A lot.
He's adding more to my plate. Clearly.
After the interview, just go down the rabbit hole if you want
and
to.
her kids is gonna be so upset with you.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, well, my son is upset with me too.
All the time in the world too.
But it's
but don't you need to have, when you talk about hidden things, do you have to have a level of maturity to find those hidden things?
Yeah, well, the problem is their level of security to protect the kids is not even close to what it should be. So
okay, so yet another reason that, well, you know what? I think that I'm going to delegate this to my husband.
Yes,
their dad.
There it is. Hey, listen, you get that text message. Note to honey. Figured out this Roblox thing.
Aditi, to stay on the Browns, when is his Shadeur time? When do we throw our wrist up?
His back is hurt, correct?
I believe so.
So it's sort of a moot point right now. I think he's got to get healthy, and then we can have that conversation.
You think it's that bad? You think his back is that bad?
I don't, it's a little odd I don't know enough about it to say whether it's that bad or not. I don't know what the prognosis is. I know that backs can be very tricky. So I wouldn't be giving you anything that's educated or in concrete if I were to speculate on that.
Are the Steelers going to win a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, the defense did play better Sunday,
I
but
was
up
impressed
until then, the defense has
I've
looked
been
pretty
impressed.
putrid.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
They made Indiana Jones look like Danny Dimes again.
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, they got a good. Tomlin can win, and he's got a quarterback at least for this year.
Well, I think that you need to stack. Okay, so let's be honest. Is Aaron Rodgers playing better than they've had the quarterback position, than the play they've gotten out of the quarterback position? Of course, absolutely. But it's not like he's been lighting people up. I'll use Flacco again. Flacco's throwing for 400 and something yards, 40, 30 points every game. Yes,
Wow.
The Steelers aren't doing that, right? And they haven't made a move, at least not yet today, for another wide receiver to complement DK Metcalf. So the offense is playing fine, but it's not playing like, oh my goodness, lights out. The defense has been terrible, played very well against the Colts this past week, but I'd want to see another stack a few good performances for me to believe in that defense again. Because right now we've seen more performances like the 5-game slide that ended last season defensively than we have performances like we did Sunday. So, and then you've got Shane Steichen saying, well, he didn't call a great game, that it was less about the defense, it was more about what he did and the position he put his team in. So again, let's see that Steelers defense do it again. Let's see them continue to play complementary football, and then let's have that conversation. It still feels really early to have this conversation.
Who's winning this division?
That's a good one.
Baltimore.
I'm not. I told you this 2 weeks ago. I'm not counting out the Ravens. I'm
not either.
They still
crazy.
favored to win.
They look crazy with Lamar back. They look crazy.
But that's the whole point, G. Lamar is the best player in the National Football League, and he elevates everybody around him. So the Ravens with Lamar Jackson versus the Ravens without Lamar Jackson, it's two totally different entities. And at this point, all you need to do is get into the dance. Since nobody in the AFC North is looking like a world beater, why can't the Ravens win the AFC North, get in the dance, and go on a run?
I don't see why they can't. I mean, the defense even plays better. Like Lamar Jackson shows up and everybody is
everything.
Aditi, what game you got this week?
I've got the Browns at the Jets, guys.
Oh yeah.
And let me tell you, here's a little thing. So 7 of my crew's 9 games have come down to the final minutes. And 8 of the 9 were 1-score games, obviously, because 7 of the 9 came down to basically 3 minutes or less. Several were on last-minute field goals or field goal attempts. This past week, obviously, we had the Bengals-Bears, which was the craziest game I probably have ever been a part of. So this could be an exciting one. There could be a lot. I mean, my expectation is there will be juice to this.
I just hope to see some points.
Drama.
Points scored.
Points.
Browns over 20. That would be a good one.
Well, I mean, the Bengals put up a lot on the Jets the last time that the Jets were out, so.
So she's saying we
There's a
put
blueprint.
35 points up with Tommy Rees's quarterback.
That might be pushing it.
If Tommy Rees come out there and get 20-plus points in his first, that's.
Now,
maybe that'll do it. Maybe that'll justify why the mood was made, right?
Now, according to FanDuel, the over-under right now for that game is 36.5.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's nasty. That's nasty. But here's the thing, Aditi. We appreciate you, and you have time before you hit the road to go scrub the internet and find out all the Roblox information.
I told you, I'm delegating that one.
Yeah, my name is
Thanks,
Bennett, and
Dustin,
I ain't
for
in it.
adding more anxiety. It's not like I have
I'm
enough
just looking out.
anxiety
I'm
in
just
my
looking
life,
out.
Dustin.
Looking out for fellow parents.
Yeah.
Aditi, we
Appreciate
appreciate you. We'll be looking forward to seeing you at the game.
Bye, guys. Have
All right,
fun.
appreciate you.